Hey guys, Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. I am excited about this show today because I have some old friends. They're older than me. They're old friends. Chris Fio, Boris Garbe is here.
I go by Boris now.
Boris. Oh, I'm sorry. It's one word. We're only one word. I'm both. They're like Madonna. Cher. I'm just trying to figure it out. We're here to talk about a lot. We're here to talk about Chris's podcast, which I was blessed to be a guest on.
Yes.
We're here to talk about Boris and the art scene and our new upcoming show, which Boris is going to talk a lot about. We just have so much to talk about, and we want to give back to our community. We want to talk about how much we love our community and kind of shout out some positive energy to the world today. So, welcome.
Well, before you go on, I'm going to hijack your program.
You're going to hijack me?
I want to say...
I can't wait to be hijacked. I'm ready.
Ted and I are going to talk about the Orlando art scene and what's going on. And Ted and I have some amazing, positive, wonderful news. But before we do that, Chris Fio is going to talk about the one thing he's an expert in.
Well, I wouldn't say expert, more or less, less of a participant in this. The Orlando podcast scene has a lot of wonderful podcasts that right now is the perfect time to check out and indulge in. We've got such great podcasts like Scotch a Good Conversation by Peter Von Dvorsky, which has been on the TED Show as well. We have Entering the Black Hole with Rick and Anthony, which is another podcast. It's NSFW, not safe for work, so it's explicit content.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, not safe for work. Yeah, NSFW. It's a weird phrase. We also have Tom and Dan, who have a corporate time with Tom and Dan and a mediocre time as well.
Have you been on Tom and Dan?
I've not been on Tom and Dan
We
yet.
have.
They're wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Like, they're a staple
One up,
here.
Boris. Here it comes.
Mhm. And then we have Kyle Eagle, the Major Scale, who is my executive producer. The Major Scale is about jazz and authors and books alike. So if you like any of that, he's your guy.
And who is Kyle Eagle?
Kyle Eagle, yeah, I said he's my executive producer
Wait,
as well.
but you guys skipped over it. Nobody knows who you are.
We're
So
getting there.
give us a little intro.
Oh yeah,
Chris
you
and
could also
Boris.
check out my show
that's
as
right.
well. Yep.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Welcome to the TED Show.
Yeah, hi. I forgot that we have podcasts as well. The Experience with Chris Fio, you could check that out on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, anywhere that hosts podcasts, as well as PFT Media. And Boris has his Kiss My Art web series as well.
Did you talk about Chris Crespo shows?
Chris Crespo, you mean Cinema Crespedizo?
Yeah.
He also Drew Crogburn is on that show. It's not only him. So
Yeah.
what do you have to promote here?
Well,
Well, I don't think anybody knows who you are. That's what I'm trying to get you to say.
Okay,
Hi,
wait,
Chris.
hello.
How are you? Tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Chris Fio. I'm a podcaster. I'm also, just a normal Joe. I'm trying to become a producer of many other things. I have a web series as well called 5 with Fio, where I interview some people with a lot of glamour behind it. I also am trying to produce a documentary this year with Jim Bronzo called the Jim Bronzo Project. It's about how his wildlife sanctuary burnt down and how he's doing his best to recover right now. And I'm also going to be producing a show for my producer right here, Mr. Boris Garbe. It's going to be called Boris.
one word.
One word.
Madonna.
Yep.
No. Stop it.
All right, Boris, tell them a little bit about you. And I think you're the behind the scenes guy, but most
Yeah.
of us in the arts world know you. But I don't know if anybody really on
Okay.
here might know you. So give them a little bit, just a teeny bit.
You're saying people don't know who I am?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Boris. One name.
Do you know who I am?
Boris. I run with Kyle Eagle and Mariah Russo and Dr. Linda Brandt and the artist Kiran Castano and my friend Christy Lee. I run Mills Gallery, and we are a gallery that is progressive. We're a gallery that shows art that is new, controversial, fun. Unfortunately, I had to close Mills Gallery yesterday. We're hoping not for long, but one of the reasons I'm here is because I want to bring a message of hope to the Orlando arts community. And when Ted and I talk about our upcoming show, Art AF, I have some good news.
We have a new show. Isn't that exciting?
Mhm.
Art AF. What are we going to do in the show?
What
Are
does
we
the
go-
AF mean, though?
I'm not allowed to say that.
Oh.
It
We're
stands,
going to bleep that for later.
it stands for Art All Forms.
That's AAF.
Yeah. And but we have a young man that's helping us put the project together, Ted.
We do. Who's that young man? Darius Jackson, who's behind the scenes today. He's an amazing videographer, Ignite Videography, and he's going to help us pull it all together. We just have so many cool ideas. I think that one of the reasons that we wanted to do this show today, Boris and I talked about, is to not only talk about Chris's podcast, but to talk about Art AF, which is our upcoming show that we're going to produce,
And
but also the art scene.
Yeah.
And the community as well, especially right now with how everyone's going. They're not going anywhere, but they're panicking because of this COVID-19 deal, this issue. And right now, like I said, it's a good time to listen to all these podcasts, but especially right now, it's hard for people because a bunch of places are closing down. That means work is stopping for all people, especially the restaurant industry, which this hits me personally too, because I work in the restaurant field other than being a podcaster as well.
What restaurant do you
I work for Maxine's on Shine, and they, along with a number of restaurants, are staying open to try and help their community, just help people make some money with their staff, and to help the community at large with food and with whatever they can to help. And we're staying open, but we also are taking extra precaution there. We're wearing gloves whenever we can. We're wiping down surfaces and handles at the top of the hour and at the bottom of the hour. We're ensuring that we have a safe and sanitized environment for not only our guests, but a safe and sanitized environment just for our staff, like me, to work there as well. So Maxine's, they are taking this super seriously. They personally tell us that they are following this whole deal on the hour. They keep us updated whenever things happen. So
What are you doing, Boris?
Well, first of all, we all love Maxine and Kurt, and we're all friends with them, and
We are.
so it's a good place to be. I know. I
Where are you at? Where's your head? Where's our hope?
Yeah.
We want to talk about how much we love the community. You said we love Orlando, which we do.
We're all a team. We love each other. We're neighbors. We're brothers and sisters here. We come together during times of tragedy.
What are you doing with the art scene, Boris?
So I have talked to several artists such as Victor Bocos and Christy Lee and others, and I asked them, what would you like to hear when I appear on the TED Show? And
Not Ted.
not Ted. You know that the general consensus is that, and you and I were talking about this, there's going to be an art boom right now because so much art is being created now by people that don't have any place to go. Art, there's going to be a gigantic amount of art when this is all over. And one of the good news that I was going to share when we were talking about our upcoming show is that Kyle and I have divided the gallery, Mills Gallery, into two. So there's going to be the General Mills Gallery, and then we're going to have a smaller gallery that I'm going to name after my dog, Lump. And it's going to be called the Lump Gallery so that we have smaller events there. So Mills is coming to the forefront with having more space to show more arts, to feature more artists. We're going to survive this. And I personally believe that we are going to be the better for it. I mean, I hate to bring up this tragedy, but the Pulse tragedy showed Orlando that we can pull together, that we can be a family, that we can overcome. And we will be able to do this. And event projects like the one Ted and I are doing, maybe when you and I started talking about this, it was going to be a little bit more frivolous, but I think our first season is going to be dead on about helping the art community, featuring artists, finding places for them to show art. You were talking about your one friend with the hashtag.
Oh, so Teresa Smith-Levin, who is the director of Central Florida Vocal Arts, and also she works with Nicole Dupre at the opera, Making Opera Sexy Again is all I can think about.
Nicole
Opera del
Dupre is a
Sol.
very awesome person.
And so I think that what she came up with was a hashtag, Making Art Heals Hearts, which we'll hashtag that later. I'll have Darius put it on the show when we begin to share it. But what they want you to do is something cool, kind of like the old ALS challenge where you got the ice bucket dumped on you. So they want you to film yourself doing something artsy. Like my goal is to sing. I'm not doing it right now, but to sing and then to do the hashtag and do something artsy, showing yourself making art, creating, painting, anything that has to do with the arts. because what we want to do is we want to remember that the arts are such a central focal point for our community, and we don't want to forget them in this crazy time. And a lot of us are going to have extra time to be creative, so why not support the arts while you're doing it? You're already making your crazy TikTok videos. You might as well make some sort of video that has a hashtag that's making art heals hearts, which is an awesome thing. But I want to talk about the fact that the arts community here in Orlando, especially in Central Florida, really is cohesive. If you could see the all of the messages on the Facebook pages that I'm on, where the messages are going back and forth, people are really trying to support each other, because in Boris's case, Mills Gallery is closed. You still have creativity, you still have artists who need to sell things, to get the word out, to need to perform. It's in their blood. There's so much good that we can do even when the craziness is going on. So we want to highlight those people. We want to focus on the fact that there's a ton of hope out there. It's not just all desperation, which is what we sort of hear. And we've been talking about it on the TED Show, and I want to ask you guys, what are you all doing differently in your lives, differently, to make sure that you don't get caught in the negativity? We start with Chris.
Oh, with me, I try to be the positive influence everywhere I go. I try to exude positivity wherever I see positivity needs to be injected, because if you can't find positivity, create it, inject it into a situation, because there's a bunch of negative and very anxious people out right now, and I want to be just the focal point of positivity for them at one point or another. I want to make sure that everyone's spirits are up. I want to make sure everyone is alert but not anxious.
That's the quote. Yeah.
I've been quoting that for a while. If you follow me on Facebook, that's been one of my lines that I've been saying over and over again during this time. Be alert, but don't be anxious, because once you're anxious, you stop thinking logically, you start becoming irrational and hostile towards other people. So just be alert.
How about you, Boris? What are you doing differently in your world, other than not giving me a hug today?
I wonder why. Well, you know, you and I don't let you get away with things, and that's how our show is going to be.
You do not let me get away with anything.
You talk about the art world being cohesive and all that. I wish.
Are you not feeling it?
Well, I love the Orlando art scene, but that is one of the biggest problems. We're not very cohesive. There are the places like Snap, which is run by Patrick and Holly Kahn. We have City Arts Factory. We have the museums. These places try to help the community just like I am, but there's kind of a sense of all over the place here. And I'm hoping that this event that we're going through right now is going to help create a gigantic umbrella where we all come together as a family. This is a great moment for all the museums and all the galleries to work together on one project. One of the things that I was going to talk to you about, we're trying to form a virtual gallery at Mills so we can continue selling art online. But we really should be doing a group project between all the museums and all the galleries, because you know the thing about New York, and I've told you this before and you were laughing, New York is about three things: food, art, and sex. And when it comes to the art world, everybody holds hands, even if the galleries don't like each other, because they're not going to rock the boat. Right. They know that art is one of the main reasons tourists come to New York, and that's not one of the reasons people come to Orlando. You know, it's
true.
It's other things.
Well, they don't know. They know the mouse, and they know Universal, but they don't realize that we have a thriving, amazing art scene.
We have Snap. We have the Orlando Museum of Art, City Arts. We have Little Mills Gallery. We have amazing artists, amazing art. That needs to be part of the advertisement about welcome to Orlando.
Right.
You know, and that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on with our show Years and Out.
Do you know that if you've ever been on the shuttle at the airport, Mayor Dyer actually says we have a thriving arts community in his speech on so I think we have
He needs to mention the names.
Yeah, he has 30 seconds, but I like that.
Yeah.
We should challenge him to do that.
Yeah.
But I think the community as a whole is supportive. Right now, maybe they don't know how to be supportive even during the good times, but right now I think they're not sure what to do when we're all challenged with the shutdowns and the museum closing, the gallery closing. What are some things that you think, Boris, people can do that for the arts community now that would be helpful?
Well, if I think Mills might be one of the few galleries that doesn't have an online art gallery, but the others do. So buy art. Go to cityarts.com. Go to snap.com and buy art. You can. I mean, support artists. A lot of artists are putting. Actually, we're going to take a small break because a friend of mine just arrived. Kurt,
What's up?
sit down.
And now I was mentioning the restaurant scene here in Orlando and in the United States, and how I mentioned earlier that I work for the illustrious Maxine Zonshine. Here's a man who can talk about the in-depth part about the restaurant industry, and no other than my good friend and boss, Mr. Kurt Earnhardt.
What's
Well,
happening?
Good day,
Kurt.
everybody. Good day, brothers.
Good day.
Yes,
Good
yes.
to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Tell us
We're
a
gonna
little
do that.
bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or
Oh,
actually
yeah, we
now,
were
as
just
I like
talking
to
about
call
sanitation.
it, you see people doing the elbow bump. You guys remember doing the chicken dance out there? Now it's the one wing chicken dance. If you just do that, that's the cool new in thing.
Blow me air kisses.
Yeah. So if you do that, that's where it's at. Yeah.
Tell us about you. What's happening, Kurt?
Yeah,
Tell
so-
us from your perspective.
So right now, we, like most of you, are out there staying on top of everything that's being posted currently. We do fortunately have some direct lines with our state representative for the area, our city commissioners, and some connections with the city hall. So we're getting some direct information from them as it's happening. I don't have anything great. I wish I could say it's all over as of right now. That's not the case. But in the case of our industry, what I can tell you is this, is that here by local guidelines right now, restaurants are still able to be open. Depending upon which way you see this, we see it as a couple things. We respect everybody's right to a decision on going out. But in service to the community, for some people, when we're dealing with things, it is better to be able to be out. It's better to be able to see people. Well, the rules and regulations are right now that, again, we're talking about 50% capacity. For us, at Maxine Zonshine, we're well below that. We're putting our spacing of our tables. We've got 5 tables inside and 5 tables outside. That's it. We're spacing them out about 10 feet apart, and we're giving people an opportunity to come in, relax, have a safe environment, a delicious meal, and relax. I mean, if you've got to get out of home, I think one of the things that people can believe in is a lot of them call us their home away from home.
Correct.
We are a home in the middle of the neighborhood, right?
Yes.
So we are going to do everything possible to provide that safe environment for you and for our employees, our family, and the neighborhood all the way around. So as it stands as of right now, we are open. We're not taking any online reservations. We're limiting it to groups of 4 people or less, and your duration is for 1 hour. It's a total of 10 tables that are available.
So
That's
you're
it.
feeling in the community, is the community understanding that? Is it important to continue to put out the message that there is a place to go to that's outside of your house? Are you feeling the support, or do we need to continue to put it out there that yes, there are places, Maxine's is a neighborhood, amazing neighborhood restaurant establishment. You could still go out. You could still get out of your house.
You can, and again, I think at this point, we've gotten so much information that you're going to be able to make an informed decision for yourself. And you say, well, what about the person that doesn't? And I can certainly understand that, but that's where you make that choice for yourself. So currently, we are going to be open right now, a little bit more limited seating on the weekends. I know a lot of you love to come out for our brunches and that sort of thing, but we are going to condense that down. Currently, we'll be 10 to 2 on Saturday, 10 to 2 on Sunday, and again, it's about 10 tables. No seating at the bar, none allowed. We're actually using that as our transfer station for our to-go orders. So for people that want to know about to-go, not something that we normally do. This is for your pickup. The reason that we're doing that is we want to have quality and quantity control via our kitchen, our food, and our staff. The last thing I want to do is have a bunch of people calling in and me not be able to provide food for you and create more stress. So the idea is, let's dial that back. We're going to control it ourselves. Curbside pickup. We've got a square. We can come out. You can swipe your card. Pull up. The only people handling your food are us and you. What you can look to do is, so we'll have that during our operating hours through Sunday. We're waiting for any further announcements. Beginning next week, we're starting to put together a plan, and this is where I'd like to invite you, the community. As most of you are already aware, a lot of people are out of, the children are out of schools, and that's indefinitely right now. That means there's an extra burden on people that have kids and people that may be out of work too. We're asking any of you out there that might be interested in joining us to help to create a donor program. I'll have more information up on Monday. What we're looking for is anybody that's fiscally able. If you want to make a donation, we're going to work to keep our kitchen going as much as possible and help to create food packages for people that are in need. Additionally, we'll also be looking to provide lunch foods and different things. We're really going to try to listen, not try, we are listening to what all the regulations are, but we want to be there. And Ted, one of the biggest things, just like you guys right here, we love to talk about the good times when life is good in the neighborhood, just as it should be. Find a little harmony, little soliloquy. Right now, the best way that you can find harmony and soliloquy is raising that spiritual level in your heart, as you are already part of the collective of the City Beautiful, and come together. Think outside of the box. How can you work? How can you help out together? Gift certificates. Yes, go ahead and take that own personal Maxine savings account, but not only for yourself. Think about those first responders that are out there right there in the crisis right now. Our community servants, the people that are taking care of the elderly, the sick. What about your neighbor that's next door that may be a bit older or ill? You could get a gift certificate for them, and we'll be able to apply that right away to being able to get food. So it's a win-win-win. It's a win for our community service. It's a win for you. It's a win for employing other people. We're open to a whole lot of ideas. And Ted, I don't want to take much more time, but you can go to our website, Maxine'sOnShine.com. Each day I'm going to be updating on our homepage. You'll see an update key right there. There's also a contact us key. So you'll get a little page, a little breakdown on everything that we know at the time. And then if you want to reach us, email us at contactus@Maxine'sOnShine.com. Share any ideas that you got. Hey, Kurt, I love the idea of that donor program. I like that idea of buying a gift certificate for the firemen, the police, doctors, those types of people. We're all in on that. So, and I'm going to encourage every other restaurant to get up there and do the same thing. We're going to serve as long as it is safe. And brother, if they say, hey, no to-go food for a couple of weeks, that kind of thing, guess what? That's the right decision to make. But we're going to follow the advice of the experts and leave those decisions to you. And we look forward to moving forward through this and getting through it as safely and quickly as possible.
Love it. All right. Kurt Earhart right here.
Maxine's on Shine. We'd love to have you. We'd love to be able to help provide for you. And again, please reach out to us. Also, our phone number, 407-674-6841. If you have any problems getting through on the line, we don't have a real advanced phone system, go ahead and email us. I've got somebody manning that email all the time in Facebook Messenger.
I love it.
All right, peace, be safe, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Kurt.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right.
Hugs and kisses.
Yes.
Air hugs and kisses.
All right, here.
Boris, get on back over here, brother.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, so we're going to share all of Boris's and Chris's contact information, how you can reach out to them, how you can learn more about our show, how you can learn more about Chris's show and all the projects that they're doing, how we can keep the arts community alive.
Yes.
Ted, I just found out that we just earned a free meal at Maxine's.
Oh, nice. Good job. You.
There you go.
Like that.
Maxine on the line right there. Right
Maxine,
there.
there we
she's
go.
telling it. She's calling the shots. I love that about her.
Contact information for me, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, you could even email me at Chris Raziel, Chris R-A-Z-I-E-L 1011@gmail.com, and if you need to reach out to me personally, you can DM one of my many profiles, and if you really need me, my phone number is 407-860-4995, again, that is 407-860-4995, and if you really need me, call me and I will help out as much as I can, or within my limits I can.
Boris, any parting words of wisdom before we head
Well,
out?
I'll give my few seconds to you guys talk about your interview on the Chris Video experience because it's dropping today.
That's
It is.
correct. So
we talked about everything else but that. Wow.
you go.
Oh, well, I get to interview this man. I call him the talk of the town. I call him the man who you need to know to be anybody in this town. If you're somebody, this man is wanting to interview
So
you.
sweet.
Yes,
It's a great interview.
it is, and he gives you a lot of keys or me and you, the viewers, a lot of keys of advice to interview people and how you come across when you interview people and how your comfortability level affects people and how you create an environment to make people open up to you during an interview. and this man could tell you a little bit more in depth if you remember.
I haven't listened to it yet. I experienced it.
Yes.
Boris sent it to me. But you want to check out Chris's podcast. I mean, they've put a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears, and heart into it. So you definitely want to reach out to Chris. You want to, when we upload it, which I think we did today.
We did.
We want to check it out. But I mean, it's sweet if you want to check it out for me. But I really want you to check it out for Boris and Chris, because they have, and of course everybody behind the scenes too. Kyle, everybody has really done a tremendous job creating this show and creating that awesome environment that they have. It's good to have local art, and it's good to produce local things. And so one of the things I love about this is it was a heart project for both of them and everybody involved. So check it out. If not for me, check it out and help Chris out, get the word out about the podcast.
I want to say thank you again for Ted, because when I first met you with Marla, I told you, we were a little nervous because you're the Ted Bogert, but you were nothing but kind and loving to us, and we learned from that day on that you are one of the biggest friends and supporters of the Orlando art community. That's why it's an honor for me to have a show with you coming up.
Excited.
He's still the Ted Bogert.
I'm excited. I did not pay them to say this, guys. I swear to God. Thank you both very much, and I feel honored to be a part of the arts community. I feel honored to be doing the shows with you guys. I think we have to just gather around and support each other. This is the time, so you have friends in need, you have ideas, you have creativity. Reach out to me, reach out to Chris, reach out to Boris, reach out to Kurt, Maxine, all of our beautiful, thriving community.